he was so happy too. I'll
So excited.
I will text him at like 4 in the morning. I'll be like, "Yo, bro, when there's an album." Just like see what he says. Oh man! But
To be clear, he said that that was at Bukaville.
it was
right?
at Bukaville.
And you laughed about it for like the rest of the event.
But the thing was like it's so funny to make the joke about, but he's so clearly right. Yeah, you know, and I think that was why it was so funny to joke about. It was the way that he said it though too. Like he was so happy. He's like, you know, I like to say this.
This is a deep analytical approach.
When there's an alk in the game, I like to call it an alk in this game.
There's that dramatic pause.
Yeah. He paused for like like a whole second.
Like, whoa!
Yeah. We're like, oh, dude, good job. But yeah, I think it's very interesting, right? You're basically talking about those heroes that when they're in the game, they're going to change every single person's game. But as we keep moving forward here, what does VP have at their disposal? What's this toolkit saying to you? What are they trying to accomplish?
Well, so far, it seems like they didn't work out so well for VP. Let's do what OG did, because these are 3 of the heroes that they picked earlier today, if I'm not mistaken. And the Abaddon makes me believe it might actually be that core Wisp. I feel like somebody on the team has had to be practicing. I know ILTW, I'm sure. He played for OG for a couple of months.
Yeah, he did.
I'm certain that if anything was stolen from that OG squad, it would have been, hey, core Wisp, keep it in mind. Because that was also post the Ana TI win. So, like, you got to imagine it's there.
You know what I always say? If it's not broken, don't abandon it. Now, as we move forward, we're going to see the Ench, and that was another hero that you brought up as well. How do you feel about this, BSJ?
Don't really see the place of it in this specific draft, to be honest with you. Just it does set the pace of the game and maybe secure your safe lane, but it doesn't really say it's like good to me against the IO and the Tiny idea, which is kind of like the core focus of VP's draft so far. I would assume this is a 5 Abaddon. It could be 3, but
Navi's lamp's just real squishy right now, and you're already playing against the Tiny. It could also be a core Tiny. I think it's more reliable with a Wisp because you're able to abuse the combo more. Like, your goal is to find these pickoffs and play the map. Wisp activates you, and you Fury and Rubik Eng. Like, these heroes can just get one shot and they'll just be hunted. I look at the damage output. This is like a concept that like a lot of the next generation Han players use that I still kind of visualize the game. If you think of healing as like anti-damage, damage is always reduced, whereas healing and save is not. It's like pure. The numbers, you heal somebody, that's how much they're healed for. So when you have like a Wisp and an Abaddon, and then you look at Navi's heroes, like they don't have that same ability to just health regen. So their damage, the first wave of their spells are going to be ineffective because they're just going to be mech'd up, shielded off, etc. And I don't like the Void now for the same reason, because their reliable damage, their reliable DPS throughout a fight isn't really there. So if VP just don't get bursted down, they're almost always going to have more damage as the fight continues, and they'll end up winning it.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, I didn't fully follow at first, but yeah, now I understand. How does the Bat Rider fit into that?
It's just excellent matchups here. Shuts down the Furion. I think BSJ is probably more well-versed in this. He's been playing a lot against him in the pubs I've been seeing him play on stream.
Yeah, Bat Rider is super annoying this patch. If you don't have a save, the hero is defined by Firefly and Sticky. I can't take you too seriously. Like, people think of him as a lasso, but at the end of the day, he runs around the map with Firefly and Sticky, and the way EU plays Dota is it's constant fighting, constant threats, constant rotations, and if you don't have a way... Like, if you have 2 or 3 heroes on your team threatened by Bat Rider, it just makes his options so vast that it's really hard to have all your boxes checked, where you're like, okay, we're protecting our Void, but what about the Nature's Prophet or the Rubik? Like, we're getting Dove at tier 1 top, but the Bat's missing. We don't actually know where he went because he has 2 options.
It's one of those heroes that consumes vision better than almost any other hero in Dota, and you want to be playing this skirmish-style split around the map because you already have a Wisp. So now you've got Wisp, or rather Tiny and Bat, able to hunt and effectively when off map are a threat. Wisp plus partner can just farm. Again, more likely I think a core Wisp now, looking at the way this draft's out.
I'll be very surprised if it's a support Wisp.
Yeah. So. It just feels, it's not a good support anymore. Like, I'll be honest, it just doesn't feel like that's the way you want to be playing the hero. And I think, just witnessed, like, again, if anyone's going to show you how to win with Wisp, it's OG. They just gave us a script today in their 2-0. Like, this is how you play it. That fountain diving 20 minutes in, like, come on.
The thing about OG as a team that I was going to try to mention earlier, but I was letting you guys have your nice little bro talk, was that the way OG plays, I've played with Seb like 4 or 5 times now, and in pubs.
Well.
But it doesn't reflect anything about his Dota gameplay in the. But I'm just saying, like, from my.
So did you learn it from Seb or from the pubs?
From Seb.
Okay.
In the pubs, yeah. So basically, like, he always talks about like if we're behind and the game's rough, just fight them. He'll even say stuff like, "Hey guys, we don't care if we lose 2 or 3 heroes. There, just fight them. Like, you know, have the courage. We are strong as 5. Go." And like that's their mentality is like no matter what, win or lose the fight, like we have to be ready to fight at all times.
Yeah.
And if you take good fights, even if you lose them, go back and do it again.
It's the same. Okay, hold this for a second, Brian. It's the same as when you're training to like break through wood or concrete blocks. Right? I'm not actually gonna do it.
Oh,
but
I was ready.
You hurt yourself more. No, don't do it, Rich. I'm trying. It's a metaphor for Dota reasons. I'm not actually challenging you. What? This? You guys are gonna break the set. This.
Shit!
Now, this
Wait,
is
hold
very
it, hold it
important.
better.
No,
Hold it better.
This is the point. That really hurt Rich. It hurt Rich because it didn't break through. Now, if you had broken through, if you'd given all you got and you just went for it and it broke, it wouldn't have done as much damage.
Hold it.
I'm not gonna hold it. No,
hold it as hard as you can. Let me redo myself. Or
no.
not.
Nope. Later.
Really quick, hold it. They said please no.
Wait, I need to see the draft.
Quap. And
Bristleback. I mean, VP win. This is OG. We saw TI. You saw TI.
Yeah, they don't have a gyro to build defuse this game.
Nope. There's no damage. Like, this is what it comes down to, is that NaVi's damage, their heroes aren't really relevant, because if they can't kill anyone from VP within the first 3 seconds of the fight, they have no more damage. They're going to lose.
I do like Quap a lot here, though, I will say. And it's super annoying to play bad into Quap. As much as he's, like, you know, covering up the tiers. I honestly think VP's draft is better again, but God, NaVi's just been playing so much better, man. It's hard to go against them, but I think VP's draft is easier to execute this game, just like game 1.
Yeah.
I thought their draft was like kind of just going to play itself, even if they messed up a few times. Last draft didn't feel that way. Still liked it better, but they didn't perform in the way we had hoped, and so this is a tough one. With those odds, I'd take NaVi, to be honest with you.
yeah, I think this is one of those situations where if you're on EGB.com right now, I think you might want to put a little bit of money on the underdogs. You can see the odds are in favor of VP, but as you've already heard from this panel, it seems like we have a situation where, yet again, VP seems to be favored in the draft, but NaVi seems to be favored on the day.
I think in the draft, NaVi, if they've practiced this is definitely a strategy with a higher degree of execution. But if they've practiced it, like I imagine they must have, I think that this is in their wheelhouse. Sorry, I'm talking about VP. VP is going to win the game. VP has the better draft if they have done all the things that I said.
Okay, so basically you're saying as long as VP can execute, you think that they're going to take it, even though NaVi has looked a little bit better.
Yes,
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, perfect. Now let's jump into the matchup and see if Kyle is right. _yet_ again.
Thank you very much, Rich. Yes, game 2 now of NaVi versus VP, and Lacoste, would you sort of agree with the concerns of the panel, saying looking at VP's draft, these guys, they're very tanky lineup, lots of sustain, IO, Abad, and Bristle. Are NaVi going to be able to do the damage to get the kills?
It seems like that's the lineup that could easily take the game in 25 to 30 minutes, maybe even before. This is, you know, a lineup that doesn't rely on any kind of cooldowns. You can pretty much keep fighting all the time, and we have ILTW playing that Wisp. They're taking the one from OG's book today, and I have to agree for once what Kyle just said, that IO feels much better when he's played as a carry. This is the standard build. Like, you go for Helm of the Dominator, you might get one farming item like Deso or Maelstrom, and you get Heaven's Halberd. It's like you have status resistance, you have HP regen, you have a mischance against the Faceless Void, and most importantly, you have Disarm. Like, Heaven's Halberd, you hear it here first, is the best item in the game right now.
So if you're NaVi, what sort of timings, like which parts of the game is your lineup going to be strong at? Like what do you have to do to try and make sure that VP doesn't get to this point where they're just too tanky for you to kill?
You need to crush the lanes. Like, I don't think Queen of Pain does that well against the Bristleback. Like, Bristleback as a hero on a mid lane, I've seen it like a month or two ago, a lot of CIS teams were playing it, and it looks extremely strong. Like, you tank up with one of the items, and there's gonna be so much sustain. Like, they just need to crush the lanes.
I mean, this top lane,
You need to crush the both lanes. I mean, both lanes. I don't think you can do that. Like, Crystallize is playing Faceless Void into Tiny and Batrider, so it's not that easy of a lane. Like, if Resolution, like, Ilias could easily be dead here.
yeah, he's got a lot of stacks on him. Zayat's going to hurt, but Rez is going to turn away and actually resume his focus on the creep wave. Doesn't want to miss any CS for chasing down the Enchantress quite yet. And yeah, well, this top lane, I mean, Immersion and Pasha on this Rubik Prophet, can they put any sort of pressure onto the Eye, or is RTW all right up here with the safety of having that Abaddon?
This lane, I feel, is much stronger for NaVi. There's a sustain coming up from this position 5 Abaddon, but there's going to be a lot of harassment, and I don't think you can stop Pasha from farming in this lane. You have extra Treants, you have this Blightstone, and you have Fade Bolt, so there's going to be damage reduction, and you have a lot of minus armor coming out from these units.
Mid lane. CS pretty even at the moment so far. MG doing his best to harass the Bristle as much as he can, but as we see with that early point at the passive, no one able to keep his back turned with each hit of the dagger. And he start to reduce the amount of harass taken, and Salves out, Mangoes as well, so keeping himself in an excellent fighting shape in this mid matchup.
This is the thing about the matchup. Your Bristle will need to bring a lot of resources into these consumables, Mangoes, Salves. You might also want to get the bottle. I've seen CIS players getting it. Like, you need that HP and mana sustain. I also have seen Bristlebacks, like, if the matchup is not good for them, just creep skipping, dragging the wave to the side camp near the tier 2 tower.
So far, last hitting on the side lanes, coming out pretty even between the sides. Nobody really falling that far behind, and still at the 3 minutes yet to see anybody fall. Nobody getting caught out. I mean, if you were to sort of make a shout, looking at these lanes, who do you think's in the most vulnerable of positions? Where do you expect the first blood to be?
I've said it in the previous game and I lied, so I'm not sure if I want to repeat it.
Well, so far it's been Reza both times, right?
It was.
He would be the safe bet, but this time around, I mean, it could still be
Well,
Reza.
Reza's very low.
It could be if he's not too careful.
Virtus.pro's lineup is not really good at ganking, once again. Like, they want to be grouping up. Like, they just want to be playing passive Dota, you know? Zayats is the one who should be making rotation, get a kill or two in the laning stage. Like, Bristleback might rotate if he gets something like a haste rune, but other than that, he'll just be farming either lane or the Ancients.
Top lane. Immersion trying to mess with the pull. Solo's able to grab it into that double stack as well, so taking away a decent bit of NaVi's farm. Pasha heading back to base to refuel. Starts to get a little low. And yeah, this bottom lane, I mean, is this sort of expected as a Void? You're one of these carries that doesn't care too much about the bat harassment?
If you decide to die with the Batrider, there's always like a time walk, and I want to see a point in time dilation. Whenever you play against the Faceless Void, you get so much value out of it, like a slow, put a cooldown on his stick in a palm, and you might even threaten a kill on him. So far, 0-0.
Yeah, we'll see if anything kicks up around the 5-minute runes. They are going to be spawning. See on the top, NaVi and VP making a move over to this River Bounty rune.
What if we crash this game because they don't want to fight and just start a new one?
What they do?
Like, just pick the new heroes, pick something that is fun to watch. All right, that's going to be a second one, extra slow and extra silence, but not enough.
No, Solo and RTW will now be turned upon it. Pasha and Immersion punching back. Solo heads back in onto Immersion. Very hard to find this Abaddon and Io.
Even Tomato Bear came out and clapped.
Yeah, he was even like, he was
clap.
bored of the peace and quiet. He wanted somebody to die. It's not going to happen. Still no blood to be shed here. And 5 minutes in, despite the bit of a contest around the runes. Rezo. Should be okay. Not really enough mana on Elias to throw any further damage out with the impetuses. Rezo.
Impetai. I believe that's the plural. We're in Greece, right? That should be.
That's how
Greek.
plurals work.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's correct.
I've learned Latin. Should be similar to Greek, I believe.
What's your favorite word in Latin?
I have no clue.
Okay. I think the only Latin words I know.
I know some,
Yeah.
like sum est, sumus estus sunt. That's what I know. That's something that is in my mind. I don't know what it is, but it is Latin.
You watched Dark, didn't you? What's the thing it says in the mines? That's Latin, isn't it?
Owen, I don't speak Latin. You know, I learned Latin so I can know some medical words. That's it.
Oh, I see. Oh, bottom.
Oh, there's a time dilation.
Well, it's all going to plan, isn't it? I mean, resolution, each and every time. He's the one that dies first. You know, no surprises here. Everything going to plan. Rezo gives the first blood. For the third time in these 2 games, which is, you know, that's impossible.
Seems impossible,
yeah.
but he's done it.
He's done it. Oh, he's done it. Oh, Young G.
We'll pretend we didn't see that.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments where you decide, like, do I go or do I don't fully commit? And there's like 0.1 second where you just, nah, screw it, and then you actually click the button.
Yeah.
And then nothing happens.
You hope nobody saw it. We did. We all
Chat
did.
is amused. That's
Chat,
what
yeah,
matters.
they love it. Yeah, you know, Young G's just doing it for the fans, you know. Keeping them entertained.
Yeah, keep him entertained.
Hot Pasha. A little deep there. No one and ILTW able to get the wrapper. Whoa. No one just tears him apart there. A couple of quills. The power of this mid-bristle, you get these early levels, start moving around, and these max quills at 7 minutes in, it just destroys heroes.
Right now, no one is level 8, double bracer, magic wand, and the power threads. I don't think this hero is gonna die anytime soon.
No, that is definitely the worry that the panel talked about for NaVi, having to go up against these really beefy cores.
They also don't have that much magical damage, so I think getting something like a Vanguard first item should be much better than like going for a hood. There's magic damage coming like from Queen of Pain, some from Rubik, but that's pretty much it. They have pure damage from Queen of Pain and Impetai.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only sort of damage output that is going to maybe do something to the bristle, it feels like, and obviously that alone is never going to be enough to kill him early on. Bottom lane, Crystallize still making good progress on the Midas. He's had a pretty good start to this one down here. Got involved in that kill on Resolution, and since that, he's been granted a free lane. Able to take full use of the lane and the neutral camps.
Yeah, we're in here for a treat. 1-1, 1k gold lead, 9 minutes in for NaVi.
They want to step it up. They're coming in with the Chrono. Let's see what they can find. Can they kill him? I mean, he's at half HP. He does manage to turn around.
Sonic Wave.
They won't even need it.
Not even needed.
Very nicely done there from NaVi. Able to catch no one at that half HP, making it all the more easier to kill him off.
You know, the boys are just taking it slow in this game. They don't want to have like 5 versus 5, 10 minutes in to crash the game once again. So we see maximum 3-man rotation. That's the rule. Like,
Yeah,
you can't bring more numbers.
Be careful, you know, be delicate with the server. Don't do anything too crazy. As well, have a bit of a thought for the people at home as well, watching on their old laptops. You know, too many kills, and as I've seen from the Twitch chat, some people's PCs start to heat up. Keeping it nice and calm. 10-minute bounty runes. Seeing the river. It's going to be the power in top. Young G's going to be able to claim that. It's Resolution, 1300 towards the recipe, so really needs his boots of travel before he's going to be any sort of threat. As they're actually going to start making the move up towards Rezo. Having the Quap come in as well. Sonic Wave ready to go. Rezo seems to be aware of this though. Yeah, just have those wards around the river, so knows that Young G's on his way up and Rezo's out of here. Will mean that NaVi's going to have the space to start pushing onto this tier 1 tower.
Navi, even though they haven't like enough tower damage with the Treants, they're still playing around the catapult timings. Seems like it's gonna be a trade, crystallize. Yeah, it's that easy, just TP out. They have no stuns. They literally have no stuns. Not from these two heroes.
Yeah, I mean,
Ava toss plus Batrider lasso, that's it.
yeah, you're right. It's not a lot. It's a pretty nice game for these mobile cores. I mean, all three of them with methods of escape, time walk, teleport, blink. VP have to be very, very careful how they commit their control to ensure that they can get these core kills.
Yeah, they cannot use Ava toss combo. They need to, you know, use Ava on one hero, toss on the other, otherwise Navi's lineup is just gonna run away.
We'll do so right here. The poke at the mid. They back away. Back to splitting up. Farm-wise, no one still at the top. There's that Vanguard out, as you talked about. I mean, as the mid bristle, where do you sort of go after the Vanguard? Do you still just continue to build up auras for the team, or do you have to get something that's going to enable you more?
You get Heaven's Halberd against the Faceless Void. It gives you damage, and if you feel like you need more control, you can just upgrade it to Basher after. I mean, get full Abyssal Blade. Right now, he doesn't have anything queued up.
Still taking his time to think what way he wants to go here on this one. The bottom lane pings are out. The creep waves move round. Send down the Tiny, trying to get his way towards his first item, towards that blink. If they can, and mid, no one. He's going to go in the haste room. Again, TPs. I mean, we mentioned...
Yeah, that was such a fast TP. I think he has a hotkey for it.
He's straight out. A couple of taps at the T. So, Matt, what's your TP hotkey?
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It is. Like, I don't have enough hotkeys.
What is your T? What does T do for you?
Nothing.
Nothing. Bottom lane, Zayat.
I still play a legacy key, so it's a key for some of the spells.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I see. And again, another TP escape. Pasha just TPs out away from the two of them.
I had to remove my chat wheel hotkey because of it, because of the new TP slot. Like at that moment, I knew like I was never gonna play for OG.
That's true. Yeah, without that, they're not even gonna consider you in the tryouts. 3-1, no one. Able to finish off the tier 1 in the mid. Crystallize, got the chrono ready to go again. We'll see if they want to try and find something with that. He's still playing up on the top half. We're going to get that Maelstrom done. And no one is just going to finish off the Crimson. Make sure the rest of his team have got that extra bit of safety, having something to pop and offer up if his teammates do get caught in the chrono by Crystallize. It's going to make all the difference early on, as we talked about, just not a scary amount of right-click really from Navi's heroes, and until the later stages. Still very much this Bristle able to go wherever he wants. No real threats posed for no one at this early point. So he'll come in, and his job to just push Navi away from any tower that they try for.
That's the gank. Look at it go.
But there's the escape. This time, they've got one of the cancels. Avalanche will be there from Zayat, and they'll get themselves the kill on Pasha.
Virtus.pro just needs to like keep farming, group up, and go for like one push. They have no cooldown abilities besides this lasso, so they can keep fighting all the time.
He's got the stolen shield. Buying him a little bit more time. Turns with the telekinesis, will still fall, but now he's deep by the tower. Crystallize thinks about dropping the chrono, now goes for it onto the Batrider, which will guarantee them the kill on Resolution. Did hesitate a little bit there. May have had the option to catch the two of them. Even so, Solo does still have borrowed time, so not really an easy target, this Abaddon. He knows it. He's going to turn with no one over towards Ilias. Ilias with the slow, able to hold no one back enough to allow him to continue to dive back towards this tier 2, but no one's diving in. Ilias is healing up thanks to Nature's Attendance. No one, he's really going for this, diving in with the Quill Spray, stacking up. He'll get himself the pick.
I don't think you're getting a kill on Bristleback here. He's way too tanky. Like, they need a couple more minutes, and the Virtus.pro, they will group up and just try to take the towers by force. They can also go into the Roche pit, force a fight there. Like, you don't have any kind of stuns besides Tiny, so you want them, you know, in one particular area where you're saying, come here and fight us. Like, if you're not fighting us, we're gonna take the Roche.
He's this incredibly powerful force right now. As was, did look like he had the potential to be starting off in that mid lane. He's had a free time as the Bristle, and now can absolutely go wherever he wants. In terms of sort of break potential down the line, maybe we're going to see Crystallize eventually get a Silver Edge, but obviously not an item that you really want to get that early on the Void. Still, we'll see what route Crystallize wants to go. Maelstrom is done. Gonna have to wait still a minute though for that Chrono once more, and that really has been the one thing that's allowed Na'Vi to get kills elsewhere.
Score is 4-4, 16 minutes in, which means that we have 1 kill every 2 minutes. Easy maths.
That's true.
Quick and easy. Just TP out. I think I've said this a couple of times. I'm gonna keep repeating it. No stun gaming from Na'Vi.
See Rezo. He's gonna certainly dive for this one. Ilias. He's got a run. Resolution diving in and out. A little hesitant though on committing. I mean, rightfully so, I guess. Youngji's coming with the rotation, and Youngji does have the Orchid. Silent setups there, as Rezo actually ends up getting baited in. Sonic Wave out to confirm the kill. Youngji claims the life of Rezo. The rest of VP do respond, but not quite quick enough to catch anyone here, as Na'Vi out on the retreat. They're away before VP can get in and respond with aggression themselves.
Yeah, since Queen of Pain is going for Orchid, it doesn't need Nature's Prophet to get one, so he's just building the team items. I believe he's going for drums and getting pipe for his team.
Solo, even as a 5, sort of similar status as the No One Bristle, just a hero that's very awkward for Na'Vi to ever try and commit on. The options are definitely limited for Na'Vi in terms of who they can make plays upon mid lane.
I've seen this before.
They're diving
He's gonna dive.
Toss back on immersion. No trouble, just running them down underneath the tower. When you have No One and Solo in town on this Bristle, Abaddon, they will dive, and there's nothing really that Na'Vi could do to stop them. These are heroes that could even be diving up to the high ground if they wished, even just at this early point at 18 minutes in. Let's Crystallize. Okay, as we talked about, queuing up that Silver Edge, they need everything they can to have any sort of shot at killing No One. Probably it being...
It's not going to be enough.
Even if they break him.
It's a trap. Like, don't fall for it. It doesn't last that long. Even if you can break him, there's still Io healing him up. You have Abaddon sitting next to him, so it's going to be very tough.
So you rather sort of see the Void go for items that are going to help him deal with the rest of the team, rather than at this earliest stage focusing on itemizing for the Bristle alone.
It's really tough because in the next few minutes, Na'Vi will have lack of damage.
Top lane. Rezo outside of vision here of Na'Vi. They don't quite see him, so not going to make the move upon him. Youngji is going to be chased here. Resolution's able to find him. Links in with the lasso. Telekinesis slows down the battle a little bit, and it's enough to keep Youngji safe. Youngji's going to be able to blink out into the trees. Pasha trying to TP out, but Zayt's in with the avalanche.
Save that toss. You can't use the combo.
They're chasing him out. Toss forward there. Pasha surrounded by VP. They'll lose the Prophet. Na'Vi. And they do manage to get the rest of them out of there. Youngji will be saved.
So that's Helm of the Dominator. Vlad's going for that second Heaven's Halberd against the Faceless Void and Nature's Prophet. Like, in the next few minutes, Virtus.pro will knock on your tier 3 towers.
Youngji actually able to get back in the lane and get the kill onto Resolution, as he did show a little split for the team. And talking about separated, Solo's alone up top. Force out the borrowed time. They'll be able to continue to chase him. Ilias to Crystallize.
Bracer in the backpack. That's why he's gonna die.
Whew. Could have made the difference. Never know that. It's a little bit of stat that. What, 3% magic resist?
It doesn't give magic resist anymore. It's just HP
true,
regen.
It doesn't nowadays. Yeah. How much HP regen is it? 1. No.
6. Just kidding. It should
6.
be 3. Nah.
6 HP. Don't get them any ideas.
1.5, I believe. Yeah. They changed the item so many times. Like, some stuff, like, you're playing the game, you clicked on the item multiple times, and when someone asks you a question, your brain just stops. Thanks for putting me in that position, Owen.
That's all right.
That's what chat loves, you know? When analysts are dumb, it means that the chat is smarter.
I mean, that's why they watch us, just to laugh. Across. Top lane. This is the big one. Crystallize. He's not going to get the chance to jump out. Nice little grab there from Rezo.
Shadowblade faces Void.
Yeah.
We're back in 2016. I mean, he's the one who can time travel. But I think you need to go in the future, not right now. Like, you need to get some items from 2021. Get us out of 2020, that's for sure.
Yep. He's going to try his best. Crystallize. Can't do much when he's dead, though. 20 seconds out for him. ILTW just getting bigger and bigger. That helm, halberd, Vlad's, and now straight into the Ags. This is a, you know, again, just you just look at the heroes of VP and they're just all so hard to kill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Just 7-7, 5k lead for VP, and VP going to be very happy with this position they're in. It really does feel like so far their draft, everything's gone to plan.
I feel like every single time we click on Bristleback, he's trying to do something on tier 2 tower on the mid lane, just diving. Like, they don't have enough damage. There's still Aegis on Wisp right now for a minute and a half, so they want to take the towers. And they have this Batrider with Boots of Travel to deal with anyone who's trying to split push, and they have Lasso into relocate play.
Yeah,
so that's how they're gonna deal with any kind of split push that's coming. In this game, Zayat having a much better game than in the first game of game number 1, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, Tiny as a whole is this hero we've seen many of the teams here at the Omega League pull out some stellar showings with it. Seems to be very, very strong.
This is it. Like, the game could just easily end.
22 minutes in, high ground is definitely open for them.
Stolen shield. Like, anything you steal from a Baton is gonna be good.
Oh, a mid lane. Again, there's the combo you talked about. Lasso into the relocate. You'll kill whoever you want.
Young G has buyback. He might even use it here. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the Raxes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Tower is silenced. What a useless mechanic, but whatever.
And these racks in a whole world of pain here. Just 23 minutes in. Crystallize. He's on the side.
Shadowblade.
Chronos the bat. Can he kill him? No. No, he can't.
We
That
have to
Sonic
go
Wave
back,
will do it.
40.
They've got the Sonic Wave. That'll do it. They have killed off the two of them. That buyback from Young G coming into play. The lift up onto Noah, but the problem is this level 18 Bristleback. No one.
It's 3 versus 5.
He just doesn't come in. No one's ready for the 1 versus 5. He doesn't care if his teammates die. He is not going to take any sort of damage here as the Bristle. Level 19, only getting bigger and bigger. They just can't touch him. 3k HP, 19 armor, 23 minutes in. That, of course, the sustain from Io, the save from the Abaddon, the evasion from the Halberd. He's invincible.
Yeah, you literally cannot kill him. And when you see Wisp tethered to him, you think, oh, we should try to get Wisp, but that Wisp
Surprise.
is extremely farmed. That's a
It's a carry.
position 1 Wisp.
You just can't break these heroes apart. And now he's got a full AC at 24 minutes, no one.
Just go in again. Like, Batrider is alive. They have the combo with the relocate, pick off 1 hero if possible, continue to do pushing the mid lane, and just go in with Bristle. Like, this is some easy to execute Dota from Virtus.pro. Doo-doo.
Yeah, and it's just the kill show. It's 10-10. You look at some of the core KDA, 4-1 on 4, and the quad 3-1 on 4 on the Void, but at the moment it just doesn't seem to matter. And, it doesn't matter that you're keeping even in action. You're just losing so much control of the map because you just have no ways of stopping VP from doing what they want.
Shadowblade Faceless Void. What a time to be alive, huh? I told you it's a trap. Like,
yeah.
Even if you break him, he's still sitting with evasion, disarm. You're not gonna have enough damage to bring him down. Like, I don't see the way that he can itemize to win a game here because it's a really tough spot for them. They have heroes who don't threaten a kill on Bristleback. That's the problem.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the draft is the big sort of hitter that's making it hard for Crystallize to play his game and have the impact as he wants. As you say, you know, sure, if he doesn't get the Shadow Blade, what does he actually get that makes you feel like, oh, this Void is going to have a great time?
Yeah.
It's hard to see that because of just the way that VP have drafted in this manner that makes Navi's heroes just not feel very scary at all. There's no one. They're just out sort of as Solo walks around the jungle. Playing the double dust in an attempt to find, but they don't catch him. So the Silver Edge is complete now from Crystallize. Let's see if they can find that play. We've seen no one. He's feeling very confident. He's going out on his own. So maybe the Silver Edge pickup could allow them to go for that kill where they catch him by surprise.
You can also kill a Baron if you find him in Chronosphere. Yeah, you just break his ulti and he cannot click it.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, definitely two ways that they could find something to go for. Not going to be the case with this smoke. Na'Vi out on the bottom half. VP, they're all around the mid. And we'll start to sweep back. We'll see if Crystallize is able to find the chance to get in. Smoke's starting to wear low. And now if he jumps, it's going to be into a full team of VP. They're all coming down the mid lane. This Crimson, AC, Halberd, Bristle. Just looking impossible to touch.
Get a second Vanguard. Be more tanky. I see full Abyssal Blade queued up on Bristle. Next Roche is going to respawn in a minute and 20 seconds. Like, they don't have to rush anything right now. They can just try to control this area and go for Roche when it respawns. Put a courier inside or Helm of the Dominator creep.
She's going to have the relocate come out here. They're trying to make the moves down towards bottom. Into the lane they go. Get the pick off onto Pasha. Can they get more out of this? They're going to jump forward. Crystallize does find resolution on the bat. We'll catch a trade here. The bat goes down. I mean, as we've seen, resolution very much being the one hero that they don't have too much trouble killing off.
I like the way Navi's thinking. Like, they smoke and try to put Void on a one guy behind the guy who's actually split pushing, because they've done this so many times. You know, they see someone pushing the side lane, we're gonna do the combo, blink lasso into relocate play. So this is something that Navi should try to take advantage of, because Virtus.pro right now is very predictable the way they're gonna play. Oh, a casual double damage on top.
Let's see who's gonna grab that one. I'm gonna leave it there for now, but no one heading over. Yeah, this Basher. Roshan, it's up now as well. I mean, if they catch wind of that, they will. Solo's gonna scout it out. This will be a very solid Roshan. Chrono is up though, and Na'Vi will begin to head over with the smoke. Can they do this with no one being around? That this Bristle is the real issue. They've got to somehow break through or break around. It's Roshan. It's going to start to go down. Can Crystallize find the timing to make for the steal? It's falling pretty fast. He's going to have to go soon if he wants to try for it. Roshan getting low. He jumps in. Oh, he's got the Chrono. It's a good timing. Crystallize.
Kill the
He's
Roche.
going to be able to kill the Roche. Age is still on the ground. Can he pick it up? He can. Crystallize. He's done it. He gets the steal. The Sonic Wave comes in from the side. Pushes back the three of them. Crystallize still alive. Turns over towards the Tiny. The toss-up's there. Crystallize turns over with the Time Walk. He's able to protect the Aegis. Gets out of this. Youngji, he's also able to blink away. Crystallize. Perfect timing. In he goes. The kill is theirs. The Aegis is theirs. They
Cheese
lose
is there as
nobody.
well.
And you're right, the Cheese as well. Oh my god. Crystallize. He is keeping it cool just as they need to. This is not an easy game for Na'Vi. They have to succeed with these sort of plays to hold on.
Real low
and they
on
do
top.
just that.
They got Youngji. Youngji bought Bat a couple of minutes ago, so that means that he's not gonna have it for the next fight. So I believe Virtus.pro will just try to go fight into this Aegis and Cheese, because you know there's no Chronosphere.
And then Crystallize.
Break.
He's got to be careful. No one starts running straight towards Milius. Whoa. He's out. Crystallize. Trying to hit back onto no one. I mean, just nothing Nothing comes out from this Void when he punches into the Bristle right now.
70 seconds without Queen of Pain. Virtus.pro saying, we don't care about your cheese nor ages. We're just gonna go and hit your tier 3 towers.
What can Crystallize do? He's trying to punch in onto Noah, but no one just turns his back to Psalms, the Void.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They're keeping the siege creep alive.
He breaks him. Just a break and a jump away with the Time Walker now. He's just gonna get gone upon. That's the Aegis gone. Crystallize. Second life instantly found by the Avalanche. The toss, the damage is too much. Crystallize is gone. He's got a buyback. But they're losing this mid-Brax.
Bristleback is just unkillable. Full AC, Heaven's Halberd, actually 2 Heaven's Halberd. Faceless Void without a BKB, you don't have a way to actually deal the damage. They can just keep cycling it. Now they're going for the bottom barracks.
We're out there just losing the base. As nice as that play was around the Roshan pit from NaVi, it just doesn't seem to be anywhere close to enough
Radiant's bottom barracks
to change anything about the state of this game. 13k lead now for VP as they've taken the 2 sets of racks. And this draft, as sort of forecast by the panel, it really is as strong as they said it was.
Lasso.
It's got the grab, Rezo. And that is the big one as well. Crystallize still gets the opportunity to jump out though. Sonic Wave pushes back the 4 of them. They'll keep Crystallize alive. Not quite enough control to kill the Void.
Long cooldown ulti to expend, especially when you play against a team that does not rely on cooldown, and they have a Baton IO, so everyone's gonna be full HP in no time. Batrider even picked up the gem. They want to get rid of any kind of vision that Navi's placing. This is do or die for Navi.
Chrono's up.
Dire are
Who can they
scanning.
find? Additional defensive items coming out for VP. Lotus is done on Zayas. There's a Vanguard on Solo. What can he get? Crystallize. He gets a 3-man Chrono. He's going to try and focus down the Aya, but the Avalanche comes in with the side.
too
Zayas
tanky.
just messes up the whole initiation from Crystallize. He's got to jump back out with a Time Warp. They just do not have the damage. As Navi, they'll lose some casualties here on the retreat. Ilias is going to be held to the side. Pasha run down on the top lane. It's a 3-man Chrono, but it just does not matter at this point. They just cannot kill them.
I like how Ilias switched the target. They landed a 3-man Chrono. He says, we have no damage, kills the courier, they fall back. That's all they got from that Chronosphere.
And if you're not finding anything there, it really doesn't look good for you anywhere else in this game right now. Just too far behind, and you just don't have the tools to fight VP's lineup.
They're just sieging through the back door.
On this top lane, the final set of racks. I think Navi's going to have to hope for some sort of fountain dives from VP to have a shot at getting the damage required to kill them. This top rack's it's gone. This is going to be Megas. Crystallize. He's trying to jump in. Resolution's there with a response. That's him caught out. And Lasso, GG is called. Navi, they cannot do it here in this game too, as VP will bring the series to the equalizer for now, 1-1. As VP very solidly secured this game too. The draft, it really was as strong as it looked to be, Lacoste. They just didn't have the damage.